It's impressive.
They've done very well for Simon, haven't they? I mean, the poor guy's out on his ear, and the good people of Malibu have put them up out of the goodness of their own hearts.
It's nice when they take pity on the less fortunate.
Exactly.
So, first off, for you, I mean, this must be great fun just coming out here.
Judges' houses, I'm not going to lie, it's not the hardest gig in the world, Judges' houses.
Like a bit of honesty.
But then I was sort of quantify that with when we're sort of, in an arena somewhere at 2 in the morning and everyone's just absolutely hanging, and we'll just go, Judges' houses, come on.
Remember, take in this moment now.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a moment of glory now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now with the girls here.
Yeah.
So how was Simon about getting the girls? What's the
I think he was pretty happy. The girls' category is strong this year, but they were great last night because I don't know. There's a lot of young girls here, and it's a huge ask for them. And when we normally, I don't know, something about they seem to be quite a steely bunch this year, and it always amazes me how you can be speaking to a 17, 18-year-old and you think in your head, I could be speaking to a 30-year-old here. They're so. Most people audition for this show now, at least. When I first started, I remember people would come and go, "Will you tell me who you want me to be to Simon?" And I always found that quite awkward, and he never liked it. Mm-hmm. And now you see these kids coming going, "Hey guys, I want to use the show as my springboard," which I think is what we've evolved into in a good way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And here's half my first album. Here's my 2 million hits on YouTube. You're sort of blown away by them, but you've got to be impressed by that.
Yeah, it's a brand now, isn't it, for them as well? People know that they're a brand.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you go on air for something. It's my 11th year, I think, and it's the show's 15th, something like that, maybe. You know that you've got to evolve, and otherwise you become a dinosaur. And I think that the show has to evolve, and we've evolved over the years to become now a great springboard for young artists' success.
So I mean, obviously you're right there at the beginning, and then here is where they walk down. So do you see a change in them from when you saw them in auditions?
Oh yeah,
yeah. What is the biggest change?
I think confidence, and I think it was difficult here last night because normally it's kind of by a pool, mirrored shades, don't give anything away, kind of snake eyes. They come on, they sing. Simon says, "Darling, yes, marvellous," and they go off, and then they're wrecked by the time they come to me going, "Was it good?" When he looked at me, when he raised his arm like that, what did that mean? They're second guessing everything. Last night, Simon invited 50 or so of LA's great and good. So Paul Anka was here.
Oh my!
I know.
The man who wrote
My Way.
For My Way, yeah.
And he looked great. And so I said to him, when did you write My Way? When you were 12? I mean, it looked sensational. And Diane Warren was here.
Another great songwriter.
Exactly. There was some terrific... in fact, one of the girls last night sang Didn't Know My Own Strength, which is a Diane song. And so the girls didn't know this, so they walked out yesterday. And they were expecting maybe Simon and, I don't know, Randy Jackson or who was here, Paula Abdul. And they walked out just to see this festoon lights and 40 or 50 people who they have never met before, just all applauding them. But it's an incredibly intimidating atmosphere. And they all stepped up. They were really impressive. So it's confidence. That's the thing. And I think that the judges sometimes, the weight of their words is hugely important, especially for the younger acts. So if they can give them, if they can inspire them and give them confidence, by the time they get here, they've got a good shot. I always say the hard work starts in the show when we finish. Like that's when almost like we wish them our best and we give them a little knapsack and a Dick Whittington. We take it, just before Christmas. Off you go, and best of luck, because that's people aren't artists until way down the line.
Have you ever seen the view of the great man himself on the hammock? There's a sight.
He said to us yesterday, because he's very goes to bed quite early now, Simon, and notoriously he always used to go to bed late.
Yeah.
And we were very much, he hosted this last night, and this is his house, his actual house, and he said, he came up and he went, "Cheers guys, I'm off to bed." And we went, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, it's been great, we went to bed at 11:30, but with loads of people in his garden." I'm impressed by that.
And you carried on?
Listen.
Go on, be honest.
No, I was good last night.
But that's the other thing as well, because it's hard, especially like even today when we're here, that it's work.
Yeah. Well, it's not really.
But that's the thing, isn't it? It's not really, and especially when you come to an amazing place.
If I'm honest, today's the hardest day, because today's the hardest day of the whole, or what happens on the reveal days, is what we call them, are the hardest days of the whole show, because you're not at studio yet, so contestants they're not just there. and it's in touching distance. And then if you get to studio, you've got a half decent shot of having a career in music. Now, whether that's the winner, whether that's you finish in week 3, week 4, and you become a half decent session musician, or a dance producer picks you up, or you just you get exposure, so you can charge more for your gigs even. So this is the hardest time to go out, I think, because up to now, if I get to judges' houses, that'd be great. And then when you get to judges' houses, a lot of them, God love them, can just sort of, you can almost see, the start of something.
Yeah, it's got to be hard. You're talking about the change in Simon. Have you noticed a big change, obviously, since Little Eric?
100%. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That big a change?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call it overnight, but definitely. I mean, listen, I'm not sure if it's in there changing nappies right now.
There's a team of people in there changing nappies,
But yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, I think it happened before Eric, but I think Eric's made it more heightened. He's just a softer guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know, I think part of it is, you can audition for the show when you're 14 years old, and, and Simon's man in his 50s, and I think we all feel it, and I was always a bit uncomfortable when, like, the Mr. Nasty stuff, but he was never really that person.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave good, honest, blunt feedback, and he still does that. But I think as a whole show, we're far more kind of supportive now.
Because it's funny, I've always thought as well. I mean, I first met Simon when I was 16, and it's funny, he's not a confrontational person.
No,
at
not
all.
the slightest.
It's like
not
the
opposite.
opposite.
Yeah.
But that TV image.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's nothing wrong having that. It's quite a nice image to have,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
But no, that's why when people ask me, and that's one of the questions I always get asked. What is he like? And I say he's fun. I mean, he's super bright. And yeah, of course, he's a very successful businessman. But actually, one-on-one, he's just a real laugh. Like, he wants to have fun with you.
Yeah.
And he loves. Who wouldn't love his life? He's got a terrific life, and he loves music. And he I think when he sees young acts come and hit and do well, that's where he gets his kind of, that's where he gets his kicks from. And yeah, he's been nothing but, we've always had a good, honest relationship. Even when I didn't do the show, we got on really well.
Mm-hmm. Just one punch and that was it.
Yeah.
Right. Good man, that's the way it should be. And in terms of your own involvement with the contestants, because as I said, you're with them the whole journey.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you are the shoulder to cry on, the shoulder to lean on. I mean, it must be so hard not to get too emotionally involved.
Oh, it's impossible. You always do, yeah. And you get your favourites, so it's quite difficult. You feel quite paternal towards some of them, and big brotherly to others and whatnot. But I think the most important thing for me is I've got to be honest with them. So if they come off and they've done a bad performance, I can't sit there and go, that was great. You've got to be. That's not going to do them any favours at all. So you just want to be their confidant all the way through, and then almost like you either congratulate them, you let them blow off steam, you let them. I always say when we get to studio and we have our 12 contestants, I say, look, if you give me the answer you think people at home want to hear, I'm going to get you off that stage as quick as I can, because no one's interested. Just be honest. Because that's what people want, honesty.
Can't really say enough about this house. What about the other judges' houses?
Well, oh no. Now, this is always the situation I get in with press where I go, immediately I forget everything I've been briefed. So I go, what can I can't tell you?
Right. Is there a red dot?
So prepare to know everything.
Right.
Okay, so I've got my eye line. So just you give me a nod over there.
I'll give you a nod.
Right.
The other two are in LA.
Yeah.
Great, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
okay, so
in
Robbie
LA.
and Ida are at Beverly Hills.
Yes, lovely.
Louis is, I don't know why this is, I say this every year and then they go, what did you tell him for? Like, no one, it's not the cure for cancer. Louis is in Ibiza, yeah, and that's the point.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do with Robbie and Ida's place.
Yeah.
Whether one's going to be the East Wing, the West Wing, and...
Well, he's got so many places.
Yeah, but you never know who's going to be around Robbie's house.
That's so true. That's a very, very good point. When it comes...
He literally meets people and goes, do you want to come out, hang out?
Pop round for a cup of tea? What's the nicest place you've been to?
Well, that's a good question. This is definitely up there, but that's because I'm a water baby, so this would be kind of, being this close to the sea is lovely. So sometimes it's kind of nice because sometimes you'll go away to, a French chateau or like an Ibizan villa or something, and you're all staying there. And so as a team, we can all have we have lovely dinner together, and those are great moments.
Yeah.
But other times, you can be in LA for a couple of weeks staying in a nice hotel, so it's not a bad gig.
Not bad. In terms of the gig, right, all the years you've been doing it, when you see the first editions, how many times have you gone, that's the one?
I'm pretty good at spotting the top 3. Yeah, so I'm pretty good at knowing if someone's going to finish 3rd or so. Yeah, I reckon I've picked the winner. I reckon maybe 4, 5, 6 times, something like that. Yeah.
Wow, get you!
Yeah. But then I've crashed and burned a couple of times as well. We used to do a thing with Extra Factor when I'd open this envelope, and there's been a couple of, like, you know, at the end, so you write down, and then they put it in a little desk or drawer or something, and then you at the end of the final, we'll sat around drinking champagne, and me and the judges, and we open up and see what our predictions have come true. And it's been a couple of times I've opened it, and they've gone, I don't even remember who that person is. They went out in the first round of boot camp, and I'm like, no, they were really good.
It happens. It happens. Actually, talking of things that happen, what's the best thing that's happened, would you say, and sort of silliest or funniest thing that's happened for you so far?
On the show?
Yeah.
I think it's more for me, like, when you see someone come. The best thing that happens is when you see an artist come good. So the best thing is when you see someone grow, a la James Arthur, a la One Direction to a degree, but they really sort of, I mean, the show gave them an incredible platform, and Springboard, Ned say themselves that they kind of grew almost when the show finished. You know, I was post-Leona, but then, you know, seeing Leona's first performance back when she did Bleeding Love for the first time, that's moments when you see Alexandra Burke duet with Beyonce, you see Matt Cardle duet with Rihanna, and you get, you know, down the line, there's these incredible moments that we only really, it's like most things in life, you're always looking that way, aren't you? You rarely ever get the chance to stop and think about it. But every now and again, in those villas or hotels or whatever, when we all sit down and have drinks together and we start reminiscing, it's those moments that always come up.
And also, again, freshening things up every year, which of course you have to do. And again, with Rob and Ida this year, and with Louis too.
Yeah.
How's that been?
They've been great. Robbie's an exceptional judge. Like, I thought he'd be good, but he's been unbelievable this year. Like, he's incredible. Like, he gets people really quickly, so he knows immediately how far he can push them. He knows he's really emotionally intelligent. Ida's come in and fair play to her. She's come in and gone, you know what? I'm the underdog here. And I'm the only woman on the panel, and people are going to go, why is she here? So she's come in and gone, I've got 20 years in the business, and the business is the business, whether it's the music business or the entertainment business. And I've been managing this guy, or helping manage this lunatic for the last 12 years. And he is. I mean, he turns his... Robbie can change his mind on a sixpence, can't he? So, you know, she's got great management experience in many ways. And honestly, well, I don't make a decision without a professional decision without my wife. You sit down, you're a team, aren't you? So they do. So she's been brilliant. And Louis has been really good, especially with his feedback with singers. And is technically a lot, not better than we thought he was going to be, but certainly surprising how good he is with that. And then the boss, you can tell, when he's comfortable with a panel, then you can see him almost relax a little bit. He's having fun. Yeah. I can't wait for the lives. I can't wait for the lives.
Has Louis ever called you lad?
What's everyone like, lad? I was like, oh, yeah. It's got everyone lad. It's quite nice to be called lad.
Well, take it. We'll take it. Great to see you as always.
You too,
and congratulations and everything. And a children's book coming out.
Yeah. I got my second one. It's about our cat's blind. We adopted this cat from Italy, and she's got these incredible reactions. So I extrapolated a little bit and turned her into an Italian ninja. So she's a regular blind cat during the day, and then she solves crimes at night. With ninja-like skills.
Makes a lot of sense. Another great series, another great judge's house. Have you ever jumped from here?
No, I'm a big Pacific guy.
Give me a hand. Come on, let's go for it. Yes!